Hello everybody and welcome to the first lesson of Practical Law Academy. Now if you're here for the first time, go check out the introductory video, the link is here, and in this video you will understand what this particular academy, this course, this module that we are going to discuss is about. This is more about skill development for us as lawyers to learn from each other and to grow coexistingly, making sure that all of us know that skill based practice is much more relevant right now in today's world rather than the theory based concepts. And hence today's first lesson is about thinking as a lawyer before even becoming one. Now there are three aspects that I want you to focus on thinking like a lawyer before even becoming one. And the first aspect is the theory aspect. Now, we all know that we've been taught in a manner in the classes that we learn a law, focus a lot on the theory. Now, I do not deny the importance of theory because that is the subject matter. But I want to show you the way you need to function and control your mind in thinking while you're studying as well. Is that from theory, there is another concept of gaining knowledge. So theory's base is for you to gain the subject knowledge. From knowledge, we will gain confidence. Why we will gain confidence? Because when we sit in discussions, when we talk, when we are in the mood sessions, if we are doing any kind of practice, if we are even talking to our colleagues in the job, theory and subject knowledge of a particular subject that maybe you would be interested in, it could be international law, arbitration, corporate law, could be shareholding, investment agreement, could be anything. That will give you ultimate confidence. And with confidence, what will happen? When you talk to clients, when you talk to people, when you talk in general networking, when you are trying to build that kind of client base for yourself, from confidence you will gain control. So this control is very important for us as lawyers. If we have control of the situation, if we have controls of the conversation, if we have control over our office, if we have control of the way the communication is gonna be heading to and where it is heading towards, we will ultimately pass that confidence to the clients as well. So the client will understand that this person is not in self-doubt, and this is why you will control the whole ecosystem. And this for me is very important of starting thinking as a lawyer. And hence, if you understand this chart, you will know that control for the conversations in practical aspect is very important. The second important sub part of this particular thinking like a lawyer's lesson is the skill development. As we know, the first was theory and the second is skill development. This is the second aspect. Now, why I say skill development and how I'm going to tell you is you'll very soon hear about it, is because this skill will start from the thought processes itself. So what you need to first understand that law is not isolated. Law needs to be relevant to geopolitics. Law needs to be relevant to so many events happening around you. Could be small cases, big cases, everything is related to your ecosystem, related to the environment, related to the world affairs. I mean, there is so much going on. Look at the situation right now. There is so much breach of international law going on. And hence, if we as lawyers start knowing about other aspects of law as well, in relation to that, our brain starts functioning in a manner that we become more of analyst than of having any other just theory based concept. So this skill development, the focus is on not having strong opinions. Always my strategy is, because when you come across as a very opinionated person, the other person sometimes does not like that, and you as a lawyer, as a court officer, need to understand that in public, wherever you are, you have to have that responsibility, that hat on your head. Don't be too opinionated, not of much opinion. And this skill, believe me, in your practical life would be very helpful. But at the same time, when you read what you need to do, this information is not for you to have opinions, but to have stronger analysis. Analyze every situation in a way from your thought process itself that you can figure out three things. When I say strong analysis, I want you to focus on the issue, the rule, the analysis, and then the conclusion. So when I say that you should know first, if you are reading even a blog, an article, anything, you should first know what is the issue, figure out in your head what is the rule applicable, figure out the analysis of that, and then figure out your conclusion based on that. This entire concept in your functioning, if you start developing this skill, will really help you not just in court or arguments or everything, but in day-to-day discussion with your clients also. You will be able to do very important thing. By all of this, you will be able to figure out what is relevant. Relevant is the key that clients are going to come for you. See, this world is full of information right now. How you are making that information relevant for your client so that he does not get distracted with so much of information is by your thought process, when objectively after listening to the client you can figure out this is relevant, this is irrelevant. Focus on relevant, take out the nonsense. So that is the only way we will be able to tell the public, the general layman, that this is how we stand out and this is a skill development. And the third aspect of thinking like a lawyer before even becoming one is to have the psychological edge. Now when I say psychological edge, is by this I mean gain in your social settings, in your social circle, you need to gain wisdom. And how you gain wisdom is only by talking to people, being open-minded, having those experiences in play, listening to some podcasts, some people who are relevant in today's world, whose information is relevant, of course authentic. So for that, after that relevance, that skill that you're developing simultaneously, psychologically, you need to understand that as a lawyer, sometimes, actually most of the times, besides even if they're fighting for them in the courts or doing their even corporate practice for them, you will have to give them sessions of psychology. Believe me, as lawyers, we are more of psychologists than of lawyers sometimes. And in practical life, nobody tells you this, but this is so true. This is definitely a skill we need to learn. We need to embrace conversations, be open-minded, be culturally accepting, be ethical with all the conversations that we are having, knowing when to stop as well. So this is all the process of psychological development, and this as counsels, as lawyers, we will then engage in psychological sessions with clients. Sometimes it's family matters, those are personal matters, and people come to discuss with you in confidence. So this is the kind of energy you want to pass on to the client. So I hope today's first lesson was helpful for you. If you think that there are more ways of engaging into this particular process, put it out in the comment section. I love to know your thoughts, comments. As a community, we need to build and we need to learn the skills from each other. So I'll be very happy to know your thoughts, your experiences with regard to the same. Thank you for today's lesson, attending today's class, and see you in the next one.